Aquarius, finally. I was like, oh, I got to get on these readings because I got to get all the way back to Aquarius. Aquarius, look at this cute little mat and pot of gold. Well, I guess pot of bones that Lena, Mademoiselle Lena, aka Lena Knits, aka Conjure Knits, and I think you can find her on Etsy as Conjure Knits. But isn't this cute? I know that the lighting and the webcam doesn't do it justice because it's like an emerald green, but isn't this so cute? She always knits me like scarves, purses, tarot bags, reading mats, beanies. I mean, I got a little bit of everything from her, but I thought this was so cute for St. Patty's Day. So, if you're interested in what she does, I think you can find her on Etsy at Conjure Knits. Let me make sure. I keep shouting her out, and I know she has changed her name a couple of times. Let's see, but I do believe it's Conjure Knits. Let me look her up real quick. Conjure Knits. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, now she's Scottish Sunflower. I had it all wrong. So I'm going to have to go back into spirit messages and be like, look for Scottish Sunflower. She changed her name like she running from is she in the witness protection program? All right. So Aquarius, let's get into your reading. What is going on for my Aquarius this month, March 2023? All righty. Let me get the sword in there. And we'll pick up these other little charms. Some little ones that give you all that problems. Let's drop them in here. All righty. And we got a little man. We got everybody. All right. Oop, money fell out, but we're going to let it stay there because it's in the center, close to it. Aquarius. Aquarius. Any guidance? Any message of spirit? Aquarius for March. We got a new home that's coming in. We do have money that's coming in. The sword is on top of it. But spirit is like focus. Focus on your finances because you have your money that's coming over into your family. And it could be too because there's a new home that's moving. Unemployment is there. So spirit is kind of like, for some of you, you could be losing your job, or there may even be trying to find a job. You have more money coming in. You have the coin, and then you have the medallion in the center, which is really, really good. What's under the medallion? We have bloom. So we have something coming in with money blooming. But I feel like that some of you, you're going to have to watch your budget. There also may be something with pregnancies. This is not a baby. This could be a new beginning that's coming in. And I'm getting the hip joint on it, and it's showing not flexible, which means that for some of you, you may have a pregnancy that was unplanned, or there could even be a new beginning where somebody may not be flexible with it. This may be like, if I'm not wasn't trying for a baby, how am I going to work this baby in? If this is a new beginning, could be that there was a loss of a job and somebody is trying to get their money together. There looks like there may be some issues with conflict with money with a love interest because it's turning upside down. And then we have stress coming in on top of a relationship. So for some of you, there may be some arguments about money, or there may be a big move that's coming in and y'all are trying to figure out what to do with the money. I get a lot of stress coming in, moving in from the home sector over into your bad spell work. So there may be this issue of being stressed out. Maybe you're having to come up with a down payment or a deposit, or you're looking for a place and you just haven't found what you're looking for yet, because we have something where the money is looking kind of funny for some of y'all. But we do have money coming in, so try not to stress. I know sometimes it's easier said than done. In your good luck sector, you have the claw, which could be that maybe you are going to have some obstacles that come in this month that you really need to stay on top of. And it could be with people. We got somebody, and I think this is you because this is somebody who's feeling limited. Spirit is kind of like talking to you, but we may have something with communication that comes in this month that is going to be challenging because we do have the evil eye. We have the broken tooth. For some of you, this could be definitely dental issues that you're going to have to take care of. And the purse is upside down, which could be that you have a health issue that you're going to have to pay some money out to take care of it. The key is upside down, which means that there is a new beginning coming, but it's not coming in as fast or smoothly as you want. And then we got the demon head, and we got the skeleton hand and conversation up here. Some of you, you're going to have somebody who's going to try to take something away from you. Now, this could be competition with a job. This could also be competition between two people. Skeleton hand is something that tries to pull something away from you. I'm trying to see. For some of you, there may be a spiritual gift that is being blocked because it's over here by the angel wing. For a few of you, though, it could even be a new beginning where you may have somebody that's trying to block a new beginning for you. Now, it could be something not being done in the spiritual, or it could be that you need to focus a little bit more on what you're trying to get. But I feel like somebody on the other side is trying to warn you to watch your back because we have the angel wings on the evil eye hand, which is more than 5 people. Was 5 people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you may be having some type of spirit intervention where they're telling you to watch your back. And it could be that maybe you're needing to be flexible. Some of you, there's some blockages with travel that's coming in, and you really need to assert yourself. You could also be having some type of back problems with the vertebrae, but I think for some of you, this is having to assert yourself. And you're being blocked. If you're in a different city, different state, different country, you have something or an energy that's working against you. Could be a person, could just be that the environment is not conducive for your growth. And I think I was telling Happy's the story of going to Trinidad with my sister, and when we got there, we flew over to Tobago, and I was like, "Oh, I love it. I feel like this is where I belong," and blah blah this and that. My sister was like, "I just don't like it here. It doesn't feel right." And then she said something about, "I think the island doesn't like me." And if I tell you that trip for her was not good, I don't know if she called it in on herself, or if she just really felt it. She's very intuitive. It just, the environment it just didn't flow with her. I don't know why, but it did not. And some of y'all could be in an environment, you could be traveling or having to work somewhere where you're just having stress or feeling like you can't really assert yourself the way you need to because it looks like the vertebrae is not standing up the right way, which means that you might be feeling not strong in a situation. Could be too that you're trying to be flexible, but maybe the energy, could be people that you work with that, because we have somebody that's looking towards money, are making it harder for you to be flexible. Some of you, Spirit is like, get realistic about this job. If you really are trying to get a job, it's like focus, because you do have a lot of opportunities of money, but your eye is upside down, which means that you're looking, but you're limited. It's tunnel vision. It may be, I want this, but this is the only thing that I do want. And Spirit is kind of like, open your eyes. We also have a mermaid there too, and education is on top of this mermaid or this water spirit. Could be somebody that's trying to give you some type of clarity or wisdom. Maybe some of you need to go back to school so that you can make the money that you want, because we have school right next to the cowrie show, the big one, and it's in your money sector. So there may be something with education that opens up doors or opens up these opportunities for you. We have the handcuffs, and this is on coyote bone, and it looks like that there is some obstacles with getting money. So we have money coming in, but you might be having to work a little bit harder for it. I do see some help with a friend. So you may have a friend that's saying, look, I have this position that's open, or I heard about this position that's open. Are you free? Are you wanting to try this? So you may have somebody who's looking out for you. Let me see. There's going to be some legal stuff that comes in, and some of you may have to deal, it looks like more masculine energy. Maybe this is a husband, son, brother, somebody that is, maybe they're going into the military. I don't see the sun is down on this person. So there may be some paperwork or something that's coming in with a mail that you're going to have to deal with. Could be signing them, maybe if they're underage or they need your signature to join the military, or maybe you may have somebody who's deciding to join a police force, or this, or either they work for some type of justice system, government system, military. I don't think it's a negative thing. This also could be with the flower underneath the badge. Maybe this is some legal paperwork that this person needs. Could be immigration. Could be that they are getting sworn in, or they're getting a higher clearance. But whatever it is, the bloom is under it. So that's a good thing. Whatever, it's positive. I do see some conflict coming in. Um, and it's coming, it may be from people who are not flexible. Your crown is upside down too, which means that some of you may not be feeling the best. It's like conversations are there, but it may be arguments or conflict that you don't want to deal with. And it's like somebody is stubborn. They're not really open to what. And I see a lot of communication, but it looks like when it comes to love or whatever, some of you are having some issue with communication. It could be communication stresses you out, or you're going to have a communication that stresses you out. And for some of you, there may be conflict or arguments on top of this. This is a communication about stability. What do you want? If this is a partner, it's like, okay, what do you want to do? Where do you want to live? How are we going to make things work? And I feel like there may be a money aspect in this. That could be where the stress is, because we see the love in the money. We see an arrow where it's like somebody is like, I need to focus. But maybe there's other things that are going on, and that's why this person can't focus. So it looks like that some of you could be also working with spirit to bring money in, doing some type of money work, because we have spirit next to this money, and then we have your ancestors next to this money. Some of you, there's more opportunities with travel, which means that this new home could be somewhere else. Like you may be moving out of your city or your state or your country. The anchor is showing that with love, you're trying to do something solid, but the doctor bag is showing something needs to be healed. So we do have maybe a relationship that needs to be healed with family, could be with a friendship, could be with a spouse, but there's something that needs to be worked out and healed, because we have a woman and she's on top of her anchor, which means I want stability. But there's a lack of communication, there's stress, and then we have the doctor bag. If this is a couple, this may be couples counseling. Like, what direction are we going into? Because there's some major changes that are going to happen, Aquarius. Some of y'all, there's major life change that's coming in, especially coming in the spiritual, um, from spirit messages. But we get conflict on this. We get manifestation, but we get blockages here. Some of y'all really, you need to watch your money. You have good luck coming in. You have spirit protection, but you have a lot of opposition against your money, which means that you have some people that are not opening doors, no promotions. This could be really struggling with some interviews and things like that too. The key is there, which means that you have what it takes to open up the door, and you do have money coming in. You have multiple opportunities, but you were face down with your eye, which means turn upright and look at opportunities that are coming in. Some of you do have opposition. Something is blocking you. Maybe time for a spiritual cleanse. Could also be move in silence. Don't tell everybody what you're trying to do. If they don't know what you're trying to do, they can't block you. Some of this too is that you may have to educate yourself or open up more education so that you can open these opportunities up. And this may not be going back for a 4-year degree. This might just be like, I need to get certified in something, or I need to complete something that I started with education. because it looks like education brings in more money. And for some of you, maybe you're stuck without it. And it could be what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're trying to move in a certain career and you know you need a master's, some of you won't have a choice but to go get the master's because that may be what you need for the career. But if there's other avenues, and I think that's why Spirit is kind of saying be flexible with this hip joint up here. Be flexible. Some of you, there may be emotions, but this too could be pregnancy because we have two hip joints on the other side. And in this, if we flip it over, this could be somebody who's emotional because they're pregnant. If not, this change is causing a lot of emotion. These blockages are, you're maybe trying to navigate some of these things because your manifestation is upside down and then you have a devil's head on top of it, which means that maybe you're trying to manifest something, but you have opposition. And for some, it's conversation. Could be the people that you're talking to. It's almost like I want to do ABC and they're like, well, you don't look like you can do it. Or this may not be what's good for you. So I think for a few of you, you're going to have to watch other people's agenda this month, Aquarius. Make sure that you're thinking for yourself. For some of you, travel or a move is going to bring in more money and a key, open roads up. So I think it's time to start looking at your movement and what you're trying to do. Some of you, if you've been in a place where it's like, I need to move or I don't feel like that this is really helping me grow, there is a move that's coming in. A few of you, I feel like that there is some type of maybe confusion even about your spiritual path. It could be that maybe you are trying to figure this out too. I feel a major transformation coming in. And the conflict is showing that some of you are pushing through something. Could even be generational stuff where it's like, I'm stuck. I've been doing this over and over again because the ancestors are upside down, but they're trying to communicate with you. So I feel like for some of you, you may have your ancestors saying, look, we need to break some cycles. We need to get through something so that we can, move forward. If you've never had any education or you didn't want to go, it could be, let's go back to school. Let's get this certification because it's going to bring in more money. And more money, we see more opportunities, bring in more money too. Some of you, you may have somebody who reaches out to you and it's like, let's work together to open this up for you. Like I have an opening at my job or I heard about a job opening that you might like. Be really careful with your money though. Because we do have some claws in your luck. This is not the month to play the lottery, but it is a month to focus on what you need to do. Because unemployment is there, which means that for some of you, you're either going to lose a job, quit a job, and it looks like that you're going to try to maybe create something or have another job that comes in. And I think for some of you, it may be that quitting this job also kind of corresponds with a move. Could be too that if you have lost a job, this new home maybe I have no choice but to move and find somewhere else to stay. Doesn't feel negative to me, so I don't feel like it's eviction. But I do feel like that there may be, I need to find a more affordable place. Or maybe this travel or something that I need to do is going to take me to a new place with more opportunities, it looks like, Aquarius. Don't get stuck or get fixed. Some of you may be too fixed on what you want to do. And Spirit is saying that you need to be flexible this month. There's going to be some things that change and there's going to be some blockages. And if you're stuck at that blockage and you're not flexible, you're just going to stand there and wait for it to move out the way when maybe you're supposed to go around it or over it. So really work on your flexibility this month when it comes to making decisions, Aquarius. Let's see, Aquarius. All right, let's see what we have. Ten of Pentacles. We have legacy, we have family, we have money, which is a good start. King of Cups. We have a dreamer, creative person. And then we have Temperance. in the reverse, imbalance, lack of long-term vision. So it's kind of like maybe some of you are coming from a place of stability and the dreamer part of you, which is what I love about Aquarius. Out of all the air signs, I think y'all are like the best dreamers that there are out there, because it's like you can create fantasy worlds and bring them to life. And some of you are very gifted with that. But we have an Aquarius that feels out of balance, a lack of long-term vision. And then Five of Swords reverse, termination, regret, ending relationships, rejection. Some of you, that unemployment could be that maybe you're losing a job, or there's an ending of a job that's coming. Could be because of this conflicts too, in the Temperance card. Conflict could have made this imbalance, because we started off feeling better, and then all of a sudden it kind of goes crazy. Knight of Cups in reverse, and we have manipulation, hidden motivations, deceit. So there may be a termination or something ending, because somebody is like, you lied to me, or you're playing games with me, or you're not allowing me to see what's going on. Some of you with that eye turned upside down, there may have been some conflict that was coming in and you didn't want to deal with it. For some of you, I don't think it's so much you didn't see it. I think it's the stress and the claw. I don't want the stress of conflict. I don't want to have an argument. I don't want to have a disagreement. But somebody may be looking at that you tried to manipulate a situation. And then we have Nine of Pentacles in the upright, though. Stability, prosperity. Some of you may be leaving a place and trying to create your own job or independence. And it could have been because there was a termination or an ending because of a lie or deceit or a manipulation. Some of you, if this is a relationship, it could be a relationship terminating because somebody feels like you manipulated me. You had hidden motivations. And then this other person is like, well, I need to go ahead and go solo. Seven of Wands, we have courage, unfair battle. So it may be that I had to pull away and go solo because I don't feel like I deserve the treatment that I was getting. Seven of Pentacles, patience, fruits of your labor, earn success. So if this is a job, some of you may have had a decent start to a job, and then there was a lot of conflict. There's regrets. Why did I take this job? Or why did I put myself in this position? Because I see a lot of manipulation and a lot of deceit. And it may be that either somebody's trying to force you out, or you're feeling like, I just need to go because I don't want to be a part of this. And with that Nine of Pentacles, it could be, I want to be independent. I don't want to have to rely on somebody to take care of me. If this is a job, it may be, I don't want to work for you anymore. It's a courage that comes in because you're under a battle or in a battle. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, fruits of your labor, earn success, rebellion with the Hierophant upside down, challenging authority. So some of you, you're leaving a job or you're leaving a situation where you feel like that people are not being upfront or they're unethical. It could even be a corrupt job or a corrupt system. And some of you are like, I just don't want to do it again. So you're being seen as the rebel, which I'm sure puts a big, bullseye on your back. Ace of Wands reverse, bad timing, setback, false starts, trying to start something, but maybe it's not going the way that you want it to go. So for a few of you, you might have stepped forward with that Seven of Wands and being courageous in the battle. And then you felt like, okay, the fruits of my labor, I got what I intended to put out there. But then we have, looks like somebody tried to restrict you because you challenged authority, because this could have been a demotion. This could have been them putting you in the back of the building and taking you out of your nice, comfy office. If this is an organization, they could be trying to teach you a lesson. And it's showing that maybe you came forward too soon. Two of Pentacles, juggling money, going around and around in circles with business. The Sun reversed, discontentment, clouded perspective, dull feelings, feeling like a loss. Judgment in the upright, awakening, new perspective, but feeling like you've been judged. And then we have the Magician reverse, poor planning. This could be walking away from a job or you could have stood up in a job and brought something to light, and you stood on your ethics and you got flipped. Was the timing was wrong. And now it's like that you could have been demoted, or somebody's messing with your money. And then it's like discontentment. Did I do the wrong thing? And then judgment is awakening. Let me get a different perspective of this. But we do see poor planning, manipulation, and then the moon reverse deception, confusion, blocked intuition, not being able to connect with your spirits. Remember, I told you your spirits were talking to you, but you're not hearing them. And it could be because of all this going on up here. It's like something is off. But it is showing that your intuition is blocked. The moon card is showing that there is some type of lack of, maybe you're trying to hear, maybe you're trying too hard. But I feel like you're distracted by a lot of things going on in your life that you're not hearing your spirits. Page of Swords reverse, communication, slander, deception. Somebody's talking negative about you. Death card, endings. I don't want to be here anymore. If this is family, if this is a job, if this is a group, if this is a relationship, it looks like that there was conflict. You brought something to light. You felt like everything was going to be okay. And then it flipped, because it looks like that there was some type of manipulation. Maybe a third party came in and made you look like you were crazy, because the Judgment card is there. I see you looking at things with a new perspective, but we also see manipulation with the Magician, deception. Somebody causing confusion in your life, and then blocked intuition. And then there's communication errors, Death card, Eight of Swords, restrictions, limitations. Some of you might be going for some type of surgery too. There may be an ending to something. For some of you, if this is a pregnancy, there may even be deciding to terminate. If this is a relationship, you could be like, I'm happy. I'm with someone, things are going well, and then we had termination, ending a relationship, regrets. I hate that I even got involved with you. I'm going solo. And maybe somebody is harassing you, and it's showing that with the Seven of Pentacles, you may be pulled away. And then we have rebellion, challenging authority. Could be challenging a relationship, juggling money, feeling lost. Judgment is there, a lot of manipulation, deception, communication issues with slander, and then deciding to end something. Chariot, domineering, control, aggression. And then Ace of Cups reverse, emptiness, infertility. Some of you, I think you're in a relationship with somebody that you may have that unplanned pregnancy, and this person is like, you need to go ahead and terminate. Because we have Ace of Cups in the reverse, which is emptiness, taking something away, depression, and then infertility, not being able to create, not being able to bring forth life. And that could be with the Death card, endings. And I don't want to go too deep into it, but it's your body. You make decisions on what you want to do with your body. Devil card in the upright, we have fear, restriction, addiction. And then the Four of Swords, honesty, openness, something stolen from you, returned. Let's see, what could that be? Knight of Wands, bad-tempered. Some of you, I feel like you could be in an abusive relationship with someone. I will say that for some of you, regardless if the pregnancy is there or not, some of you are going to have some problems with communication in your love sector. Because we have stress. We have the devil head, and we have the conch shell upside down, which means we are not seeing eye to eye on something. So there may be couples therapy or couples counseling that needs to be had with that. For a few of you, you could be literally cutting away something from a job or a project or something that you were working on. Somebody is trying to manipulate you or be domineering over you to get the response that they want, to get the outcome that they want. And then we get communication difficulties after that. And then we have the Six of Wands, triumph, success, victory. And where is it taking you? Two of Wands, leadership, support. If you're walking away from a job, and then the Fool, new beginnings, free spirit, breaking away from restriction. If you were working a job and you felt like that you weren't being seen, And maybe you tried to do something right. Maybe you saw some corrupt things going on in a job and you stood up for it. And it looks like that instead of you getting the gold watch or the pat on the back, some of you actually got denoted and then put in a situation where now all these people are looking at you as a snitch or a person that caused problems. And the death card is showing communication, which means that they stop talking to you, they stop including you in things, which is really childish. Especially if this is a corporation or a group or something, this is really childish. But I think that tells you everything that you need to know. And it's showing that there is somebody that is aggressive and domineering. And then there is a depression, and infertility is like, I can't grow anything. Bondage, I'm stuck. And then we have honesty and openness, like something that is taken away though is returned, could be your self-esteem. And then we see you being painted as somebody who is lazy, unable to work. There's a lot of communication difficulties, and you decide to move on. And then we have victory, leadership, moving on to something else, financial support, and then the Fool, a new beginning. If you are dealing with this energy where somebody is trying to hold you back, final card is High Priestess, higher powers. Your intuition opens back up, and some of y'all really need to start trusting it, because I think you were trying to listen to spirit and you got caught up in something. If this is a relationship, there's communication stuff that needs to be worked out. And if there is an unplanned pregnancy, you may have a partner that decides, I don't want to bring a baby into this world. You got to figure this out. And there may be a hard decision that's coming in, Aquarius. For some of y'all, though, this is a hard start to a new beginning. The Fool card is definitely showing a journey, a new beginning, a free spirit, breaking free of an oppressive energy. And then the High Priestess is like, trust your intuition, which is like, don't go back. Don't do this again. Don't put yourself in this position where you're listening and trusting other people that don't really have your back. And I think some of you did. I think some of you are putting a lot of energy, and codependency could be there too. I don't have the money to leave this job. I'm not in a position to leave this job, so I have to stay here and work it. Or I can't leave this relationship because this person is taking care of me. So I have to stay here. But Spirit is showing that if you don't, with the Four of Swords reverse, blocked, dead end feeling, unforeseen forces at work. And I think that is the blockages that are going here that you have to break. Yeah. I feel like that there's something that needs to be broken. Some of you, you need a spiritual cleanse, or you really need to look at a situation that you're in. And if it's a dead end situation, you got to come out of it, Aquarius, because it's not going to be good. It's going to keep you stuck as long as you allow it to keep you stuck. And for some of you, I feel like that you're already at your wit's end. Oh, I didn't even see this one in the feathers. What is it? Walking away. How fitting is that for the end? Some of y'all are definitely going to be walking away from something, but it could be that there's no growth there. There's nothing that is going to help you grow. You got to do what's best for you, Aquarius, and I know you will, but if you've been having any problems with your spiritual growth or your intuition feeling blocked, I feel like that it's going to open back up for you. It could be that you were so distracted with a lot of things that were going on. The Spirit is like, it's time to open up your eyes and see. Can't be face down like this, because you're missing a lot of opportunities that are around you because you're not trying to see. And I think for some of you, depression is there. You're not happy. There may be some things that you have to deal with and address because it's showing you're going through the motion, but you're not happy. You're stuck. So you got to break the cycle. And if you open your eyes, you'll know how to break the cycle. All right, Aquarius, I love you much. I wish you the best.